Hey, this is Louis D. Fresh bringing it to you on a beautiful Wednesday morning. I hope you're doing well. I told you we're going to do at the end of the month, which is now, the end of April, we're going to do Plasencia Nursery. We're going to take a little walk. I have Claudia here. She doesn't speak much English, but that's all right. We're going to just walk around and see some pretty plants. All right, now. We are now here back. Claudia decided to be a little camera shy. I get it. This stuff of having your face on camera is a little intimidating, including myself. I've been doing this for 4 years, so I get it. So I'm going to take a little walk around, see what I got here. Again, in Plasencia Nursery here in Miami, Florida. I was here about a year ago. I'm here at 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time. It's a good time of day if you're going to shoot videos for people's businesses. Try to get there on days that are off, that are not as like weekends. Stay away from weekends. Stay away from peak times, like people going to work or leaving work or things like that. So there's a little tip to always try to do things off time, so you have more time to yourself and kind of wander around. So when you go to a nursery, right? Like I can't speak for everywhere. I'm talking to where I remember. If you look back on my archives, I go to zone where the United States has zones. Zone 11 is in Hawaii. Zone 1 and things of that nature up towards Alaska. We're in zone 10A, 10B. It's pretty warm. It's subtropical. So as you can see the palm trees in the background. So with those things in mind, keep in mind what kind of plants you're looking at. So different nurseries in different parts of the United States are different. Okay? So what we're talking about is what is conducive to you, whether you want indoor plants or want outdoor plants. These are things to be very cognizant of as you walk around into your local nursery, wherever you happen to be living. And something to notice is where the plants are situated, because that'll give you a little clue if you decide not to ask, give you a clue of where the plants would be best. In this case, it's kind of obvious. It says indoor lane here, but what's important is you notice here, up here, not only does this keep the birds out, but you notice now you notice how from here to here it's more shaded. So that tells you more that these are more indoor plants. These plants, right, things like a pothos or what have you, will burn more readily, right? So that's why you need some type of shading to kind of keep things from burning from you. Then, because I did something I noticed while I was waiting over here. If you go towards here you have more of a tiki hut. See the tiki hut over here, and you'll notice here these are more of the succulents, and these succulents similar. I got these succulents, the ones that are at work, the ones that if you look back on my archives, the succulents that I have over, I have 16 of them. I got the succulents from here, from Plasencia, and you remember if you look back on my archives, there's not much sun going on there. It's just sort of like the morning sun here. So you notice the darker things are here, the more shade they need, because every plant is not the same. Again, it gives you ideas for your garden here. You'll see things that are lit up here. You'll notice you want to put little statues over here in memory of a loved one. So it kind of gives you ideas on what you would want in your little garden. Remember also, if you look back on my archives, I do have I have 2 Buddhas, as a matter of fact. Here's a Buddha as an example. Again, here's a Saint Rose of Lima, if my brain serves me right. So it's kind of nice. I have little statues, little fountains. I know when I came in, they told me that they had gotten a new shipment of fountains in. How beautiful. You'll notice here fountains, and you'll see that there's electricity here, and it'll kind of give you a nice fountain. Very serene. I give it a second. I'll be quiet for 1 second. And there you go. So there's a little fountain. So you take a little walk around. Kind of keep your eyes open on what might be attractive to you. Remember also, you're definitely going to want to you're going to try anyway to replant things, because you'll see that there are plastic pots here, so designed for you to replant them. So you see here you have different papyrus plants. What I do like here about South Florida is you have not only plants like this and like this, is you notice the different shapes, sizes. Over here, over the different colors. I really enjoy that about being in South Florida. Notice how rich the designs are here, how thick everything is growing and lush. I think that's why back home in New York City, I wasn't such a fan of plants, because you don't get, and remember, these are just baby plants. They're still growing. How lush things are here. So it's quite beautiful. It is. Let me slide over to another side. As I'm walking over here, I want you to notice I love orchids. I don't remember in New York City how lush orchids were or were not, but I love the different sizes they have of orchids. They have very small orchids here. You have larger orchids. When you're picking out an orchid, in my opinion, is try to get them that have still some buds on them. You see the buds are still kind of growing out on them. See the buds growing out here. These and they will last for quite some time. You see here, their buds growing out, and then once, and this is just again my opinion, once you're done with the plants, when the stalk dies out, when that flower dies out, what I do is I'll take the plant themselves and I'll wrap it around a plant tree outside, and these roots will take hold, and they will attach onto the plant, the actual tree, and it will continue growing. So I like what they have going on here. Get different ideas on what you could do. I really like this new orchid. I think my wife wanted one of these orchids. A little expensive, but I saw they have a smaller version of it. So I may check that out, because happy wife, happy life, as they say, right? And so again, beautiful plants. Again, you notice the covering. So these are more shaded plants. Again, there's more sunlight over here. Always really, using my wife's words, keep aware of your environment. See what's around you. Just because if they're in shade like this, that doesn't mean that they're good out here. So it's good for you to kind of really observe where everything is and what's going on. And here on the outside here, again, I think the gentleman who, when I first came in, told me that I got new fountains. Check out the new fountains. Remember, I am in South Florida, so these things can be out here all year round. It's not like up north where things will freeze over and because things will freeze. So over here in South Florida, in a subtropical climate, you can indeed have beautiful fountains, and it really makes for quite a nice zen moment here, as you can see. So as we continue taking a walk, you see landscape roadway. In case you're wondering, landscape refers to you want to kind of decorate what's going on in the outside of your house. You could use a little palm tree, you could use a statue of Mary, because it is a landscape. So this could be looking good in the front of your house, in the back of your house. An actual palm tree, again, being in South Florida, you can't put a palm tree back home in New York City. So be very, very aware of those things. Flower court. I like how they label everything. So in case you're wondering, well, what are we looking at? We're looking at flowers. We're looking at things that will last and will grow. You may want to check out to see if they are indeed annuals, or they will live all year, or they won't live all year. Some of them will die out depending on your zone. Remember the bougainvillea, the one that I have outside on the left-hand side of my yard? These are how small they can become. I actually bought one for my volunteer school last year. I think it was this color, as a matter of fact. And they do grow quite large, as I've shown you. Mine is about, I guess, maybe 12, 13 feet tall. So they're quite beautiful. But be careful with the thorns, because they will scratch you. So as you continue walking around, you see how nice and empty it is? Because again, most people, I have the flexibility of my work schedule. So that's why I can come at an off time like this. You see here, and I keep everything nice and trim. That gives you ideas, again, when you are looking at your plants, keeping things nice and trimmed. You don't want to necessarily keep things, bushy, and, you want to keep things looking nice, right? So as you take a look around, again, this is why I live in South Florida. Absolutely gorgeous area of the world. Let me move in over here with the flowers, and I'll kind of end it with the flowers, because as you know, I am a flower kind of guy. As I walk around, you'll see here, but over here, you'll see beautiful little flowers. What's cool about things like this, right, is that you have flowers like this, and then you see it's small. You grab a bunch of these, you see over here, a bunch of them, and make a nice little design. And these are relatively inexpensive, but again, one of the things I've noticed is that these plants really do need to, I can feel it's wet. They do need to be watered daily, especially here in the South Florida sun. And here, this is my wife's favorite, the calla lily. That's her favorite plant. Again, this is also to to make your garden look nice. Look at the colors. Look at the different colors that they have here, whether the red, whether it be the light green, and almost over here like a pepper. You see it? So that's what I really like. And like I said, I never was a big fan of plants back home in New York City because you didn't have things growing. Today is April 24th, if my brain serves me right. In New York City, things are just starting to pop. And here, things have been blooming all year round. So it really makes everything quite extraordinary and quite beautiful. Let me just quickly walk over here, and we'll kind of end up with the video because I don't want to spend too much time here. This is their place of business. You see, look at the beautiful colors. I'll give you a second. Just observe that. It's just so clear and bright and cheery. How could you not like plants? How could you not like plants here in South Florida? Look at the different style. I'm moving a little closer. Absolutely beautiful plants. Beautiful plants we got going on over here. The Plasencia Nursery is honestly all joke. There's plenty of nurseries here in South Florida. Plenty. More than I don't know how they stay alive. But what I most love about Plasencia, well, I'll tell you about what I most love about Plasencia in a second. And you see your beautiful plants. See, this may be a good ending right here because we're at 11 minutes and 14 seconds. This is what I'm talking about. Even though this is sold this way, this is something you can do with all these different flowers that are here. You could take a big old pot and you can put different colors here, different designs, so it could look like that. I'm gonna try to see if I get a nice little view here. There we go, nice little view to end the video. I want to thank Plasencia Nursery here in South Florida in Miami. I'm gonna put their little at Plasencia Nursery on the YouTube video. This is my second one. Hopefully I'll do more. I do this, like I said, truly my favorite. And what I was trying to say, a good way to finish the video. The thing I love most about Plasencia Nursery is their customer service. I know that they just don't treat you like yeah whatever. They treat you like family here. They do. They go out of their way, and again, it helps if you speak Spanish. But if you don't speak Spanish, totally cool. Point and show. They'll show you. They'll smile. You know, they're very accommodating, very nice people. So that's truly what I love most about Plasencia, and that's why, you know, as I told one of my new neighbors, I'm loyal. I usually, when I find something that I like, I stick with it, like the neighborhood fish farm, Strictly Fish, this place, Plasencia Nursery, whatever it may be. When you find something good, you stay with it. This is Louis D. Fresh.